Some of you guys are going to be like, oh my goodness, what's on your face? Well, I've been making watermelon peanuts, an original recipe. There's going to be a video about it coming out shortly, hopefully before Christmas. I accidentally burnt myself splashing hot sugar. I don't know, my mom, who is a chiropractor, but chiropractors are also doctors, because she has to go through some medical school stuff like that, renew her license each year. So she said that she didn't say anything super serious about it. I felt like I'd be fine. It still hurts a bit, but it's okay. Yeah. It's gonna heal. It feels like maybe possibly second-degree burn, because there is a little bit of rough skin. I forget what the word was when I looked it up online, just because I was curious what they say online. So I should be fine. I'm not worried about it. It did say face. If it was on your face, widespread area, you should go to the hospital. I'm not too worried about it. I trust my mom, because like I said, she's a chiropractor. So I wanted to do a short Let's Talk while I'm on my way to work. This one is going to be really short, actually. And it's about people who ruined things for everyone. Almost everyone. And when I say that, I'm not talking about like a TV show ending that ruined it, you know, whether it be that it was just a cliffhanger or people just didn't like the ending of the show or whatever. Because even if you had 98% of all the people who watched that show agree that it was a horrible ending and they didn't like it, well, that doesn't include like the rest of the world that doesn't watch it and stuff like that. And so when I mention these things, because I've got 3 things and 2 of them are from one person, or a group of people I should say, then you'll see what I mean by this. And there could be others that fit this description. If you have something that you think fits the description, leave it in a comment below. I might do another video on this. But the first one is Adolf Hitler and the swastika. So before Adolf Hitler came along, and you should look up some pictures because there are some different designs of the swastika that I think look cool. One that has some dots in certain places. So before Hitler came along, the swastika was a symbol of peace. I think it was something used near China and some of those areas. I forget exactly where the swastika was originally used, but it used to represent peace. And then came along Hitler, and he used it to represent his Nazi Germanic ways, which were pretty horrible. If you don't know who he was, just look him up and read a little bit about him. You'll get a glimpse of it. Yeah, pretty horrible. So Adolf Hitler ruined the swastika for people, because if you use it now, people might think that you represent Nazi Germanic ways. Or I think there was a group of people that recently used that over here in the US. Did they? I think so. I forget what they were doing with it and what they were called, but there was a group of people somewhere in the US that had that as their symbol. So pretty much people are going to think you represent Nazi Germanic ways, or just, you know, yeah, or parts of it. I mean, and as a kid, I thought it might look cool if I had a top that I designed and I put a swastika on the top, just because it would look cool to see a swastika when it spun around really fast. But I didn't do it because I don't want to look like I'm a Nazi German. Yeah. Now, the next one is gay people. And I'm not trying to be mean to any of these groups. I'm just pointing out the fact that I can't necessarily use these things without seeming like I'm affiliated with them, because I'm not. I'm not against being friends with a gay person, but if you see my Let's Talk, the condition is that he doesn't act all creepy towards me when we're hanging out together or try to get me to be gay. If we can hang out and talk about things that aren't gay related, play video games and stuff like that, that's fine. But if you're gonna try and get me to, that's no. That's a no. What? The mailman had his turn signal on for going this way, but he just went that way. Ugh, I don't know. So, yeah. But anyways, so our first one is rainbows. Pretty much you can't have rainbows now without seeming like you are gay or you support gay people. And I don't want to get into too much details, I'm about whether I support gay or not, because basically I don't. But, yeah. But basically, but they ruined rainbows. Ugh. So now I can't really have, like, rainbow things. I think tie-dye is okay, because it's not a straight rainbow. And I'm not exactly sure how far this goes. I don't know if it's just having all the colors of the rainbow on something in a straight line, or because I think if I had a shirt that had the arched rainbow, might be okay. I think if you put clouds at either end of that rainbow, that one would be totally fine as well. So I don't think rainbow with clouds is represented as gay. If you had ponies and rainbows, that would be fine, like My Little Pony. Which, by the way, I have seen a little bit of. Watch some of the short stuff on YouTube. It's pretty good. And yeah, if you want to go ahead and judge me in the comments, that's fine. Just don't use language, okay? Because that's going to get your comment deleted. But anything else, go ahead. I'm not condoning being mean to me at all. I'm just saying those are my commenting rules. It's getting a little bit hot out here and it's winter. So, yeah, with the, yeah, they've kind of sort of ruined rainbows. I can't use a rainbow now without seeming like I'm possibly gay. Or, I had a headlamp from a friend that was kind of cool because it had a red filter that could be flipped up, but then also that you could pull off a little part of the front plate was hinged, so I could open that up and remove the front filter and replace it with some other kind of filter. I looked on their website and didn't see any filters, and, well, it still works, except for it just kind of broke off of the headband. But the light part still works. That was cool, and I thought it would be cool to have a rainbow-colored filter just because, but I also don't want to seem like I'm gay. That's why I don't have a rainbow filter for your flashlight. And if you're curious, the red filter is possibly a cheap way to get red, because if you have a red-colored light, or almost any other color of light, it puts less strain on your eyes when you're in dark situations, which could be quite useful for that sort of a thing. Really cool. And one more thing I will say about that, because I think this is cool too. Red LEDs use less power than white LEDs. So if you have a flashlight that actually has legitimate red LEDs, there's a chance that it's going to use less power if you put it in red LED mode. I don't know whether that's going to be bright enough for you to see what you're doing, but that's cool. Except, however, if I was reading an internet forum, there's this one flashlight where they took a circuit designed for white LEDs and they put red LEDs on it, and so now it uses more power than white LEDs, which is weird. Anyways, 2 people watching now. There was 1, now there's 2. Hi guys, thanks for watching. So the final thing that I'm going to mention here that the gay people have ruined, well, the word gay. If you go back before gay was really a big, huge thing, because I'm sure there have been gay people almost since the world began. You could probably go back even to biblical times when Jesus was around, and it's not mentioned in the scriptures as far as I'm aware, but I'm sure that there might possibly have been someone somewhere back there who was what we now call gay. But if you go back far enough, I want to say 1980s, but I'm not sure on that, okay? Don't quote me on that. I don't know exactly when this was, but the word gay used to be another form of happy. So, let me see here. Okay, Google. Definition of gay. So, a person, especially a man who's homosexual, relating to or used by homosexuals, light-hearted and carefree. There we go. brightly colored, showingly or brilliant, foolish or stupid. But so the lighthearted and carefree, or brightly colored, showy, brilliant, I think are the two definitions that I was looking for. Not what I was hoping, but gay used to basically mean happy, but it was a fancier way of saying it. You could say that you're happy, or you could say that you're gay, which means really, really happy. So it basically used to mean happy, and you could still technically use it to mean that. Like, I don't know, if you said happy and gay, could mean that you're happy and then really happy, but most people are going to think you're a happy person who likes other guys, which is totally wrong. So, yeah, we can't use that word to mean really happy anymore. Or, you know, we're stuck with it meaning guys who like other guys. Which, I'm not hating on you specifically, you, that one specific gay person, you know. I covered that a few minutes ago. You missed that, go watch it. So, to recap, Hitler ruined the swastika. That is no longer usable to mean peace. It can only be used to mean that you like Nazi Germany. And gay people ruined rainbows to some extent. You can't use rainbows, except maybe with clouds with rainbows or unicorns with rainbows. And then they also ruined the word gay, which used to mean happy, in a sense, but now it means you like other guys. If you guys have any other things that you think people ruined, leave them down in the comments below, because I'd love to hear about them, and it has to be for a large group of people. Like I mentioned at the beginning of the video, if 98% of the people who watch this one TV show think that the ending was totally horrible and he ruined the show, that doesn't count, because I don't watch that show, so it doesn't affect me. It has to be something that would affect most of the world, widespread, you know. So, yeah. Like, and final thing I'll say is, I guess even if you're from another part of the world where maybe gay still means happy, if you come to America, it is certainly going to affect you negatively, and that's widespread. I mean, like, if you said something that was kind of related to the ending of that TV show, but you hadn't seen it yourself, and you weren't trying to specifically reference it, you were just saying that, and it made somebody think of the ending of the TV show that they didn't like, which in turn gave the negative response from them, that's going to be a lot smaller group of people going to be affected by that specifically if you came, I don't know, from Sweden over to America, than, you know, if you said that you were gay, because that affects most people. So, yeah, thank you guys so much for watching this lovely little Let's Talk About Things That People Ruined. I think I might change the title when the video finally gets turned from the live video into the archived version. I think I'm going to change the title to LT 3 Things That People Ruin for Most Everybody. Or no, LT 3 Things That People Ruin for Everybody. Make it as clickbaity as possible. Hopefully get those juicy YouTube views. And then, of course, I have disclaimer in the video. Anyway, yeah, I'm going to end there. Thanks for watching. I'll see you guys in whatever happens to be next on this lovely channel.